Hey there, it's me again. So once again I screwed up and I got all excited and I started painting without the camera on. That happens. But I figure I'll show you where I got going. I'm about ready to start stage 26. But I decided that this was going to be a Delco battery. Because when you Google 59 caddy batteries, that's what you get as far as a replacement goes. And my guess is that Ray didn't use a 1959 battery, he replaced it. But he may not have found one just at a brand new store, so he might have found one that looked like that. It's a Delco battery, that's what I found on the internet. So anyway, I painted the top on these water ports yellow, and I cut out a logo, put it on, and kind of dirtied it up because the inside of this engine's not going to be clean. So we'll go ahead and start putting together stage 26, and if I have anything exciting to tell you, I'll stop it and tell you what I'm thinking. Okay, so on this piece I've decided that this is the control box, and I've decided that the top of this is probably going to be plastic, but this is probably going to be metal. So I'm going to paint it differently. And this, I think I'm just going to give it the pewter rub and buff. Just a little bit. Start on a place that's probably going to be covered up. That might be a little too much. Alright, and sometimes I come back over it with the black because that makes it look like, this makes it look like it's been painted, but the metal is coming out from underneath it. I do it unevenly. Okay, so this, now that I've got the black kind of here textured, I'm going to put it on in some places. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's going to look scuffed up. And I might actually scuff it up or whatever with my razor blade too. But when I coat it with the dirty wash, I think it's going to hang on to it a little bit differently in some of those places. So now it looks like there's a black lid on a box that's like metal and stuff, and I'm still going to go over it with the dirty wash, but I think that looks okay. So we're back at it. This is going to take some working on, I think. It's going to take some doing. Maybe I need to drill it out to open it up some. Well, that might work. Kind of core out the inside a little bit. It's still not wanting to go on. Ooh, almost. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, pop this one off. Do the same thing. Kind of like that with the drill. Little micro drill bit here. Everything else, as far as the detail on this, has been pretty accurate. And maybe back then they didn't differentiate the wires. Black and red for positive and negative, but I'm thinking it's probably something that Ray might have swapped out. Safety first, you know. So that went pretty good. All right. And then the alternator. Or actually, on this they don't call it an alternator. They call it a generator. Which, not exactly sure when that changed over. What year that was. Yeah, this little micro drill, that works like a charm. Core it out. And then what I'm doing is just giving it a little twist. That is kind of a bad angle, so I'm going to get the tweezers out. With the black ones that actually came with it, I found putting the tweezers in and spreading it out like that helped a bit. But this is a lot more firm. Looks a little bit more like battery cable. Okay. This one I might put a dab of glue on because it's not getting on as much as I'd like. Well, actually, that's pretty good. Alright. Give it kind of a rough measurement. A snip. Then we're going to core out the inside again. this little micro drill set I found for pretty cheap. Got a whole bunch of bits. And I think I'm actually using the very biggest one. Which is still pretty small. But for anyone that saw the Proton Pack video, this is the same drill bit that I used to drill the holes out for the center conductors to go in, and that worked out really nice. So that's also why I figured it was a good size for this. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. The only thing I need is a little dirt and grime. So, gonna use my favorite Lovato Delco wash. The color is called Lovato. Do a couple of drops of that. A couple of drops of water. I suppose I could trouble you for some water. My trusty assistant is grabbing some water. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to get this stuff kind of wet. And that's all she wrote. And this just makes it look like there's been a little bit of oil spray. And what have you. Of course, there's going to be some oil spillage down here in the oil reservoir. And by getting it nice and wet, it allows the color to kind of peel off and to go wherever it's supposed to go. Wherever it thinks it needs to go, that's where it would have gone. I'm just doing enough just to make it look like it's been there a while. And I think that's going to do her for now. Alright. Stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching.